All right, good morning, Bulls Nation. This is your 12U Bulls getting ready to take on the Atlanta Ice Bandits for SYTHL League play. Bulls coming off a big win last night against the River Kings, 9 to nothing. So both Graham and Elijah rolling donuts today, or excuse me, this weekend. For this game, we're going to have again big number 77, Graham Stephen in net for us. We were up very late last night getting everybody situated. Sorry about that. There we go. Fix that. Getting everybody situated after the game and getting everybody to bed. But we're all ready to roll this morning. As always, I'm Justin Cole. Got Lauren Cole here with me. We'll go ahead and give a shout out to our coaches. Appreciate you guys, head coach Josh Uptain, coach Chris Brennan, and me on the video. If you have access to the chat, want to drop us a line, by all means, feel free. See some folks are already on here watching. Appreciate y'all getting up early and cheering our boys in Bay. Can't forget about Bay. Lauren, you want to say hey to everybody?
Good morning.
About all y'all are getting. There we go. Warm up is over. So we will have 13-minute periods, minute and a half penalties, as always. Apologies for starting the stream early. I know some of y'all jumped on here, but it looked like we were going to start a few minutes early, and then they pulled the plug on that. So we will be underway shortly. For our dedicated fans back home that were watching the games yesterday, if you recall, Remy Uptain went down with a knee injury, and I believe he is still sitting these games out this morning. So we miss you, Remy. Hope you get to feeling better soon, buddy. Coming out for the Bulls, we got the Jack Attack line. We've got Lucas Squared back on defense, so Cole Major and Big Ben taking up defensive positions. Bulls win this one over to Ethan. Ethan sends it back to Cole Major. Cole Major fires up to Big Ben. Gets to Caleb, but disrupted by a Bandits player. Now Caleb has it on the stick. That was offsides. I think Ethan took one step before Caleb could sail it in. So we'll have an offsides. Bandits win this one back, but it's stopped by Big Ben before it gets across the red line. He sends it deep into Bandit territory. Ethan can't wrangle it, and a Bandit puts a stick on it. They're trying to exit the zone, but Cole Major stops him dead. He skates it in, tries to take a shot, but fans on it. Ethan drops back on defense. Ethan winds up and fires from the blue line. And Caleb Dora was right there to clean up the loose change, but that goalie made a great diving save to jump on that one. Line change for the Bulls. We got Keegan Brennan coming out with Gus and Sasha back on defense. Fisher and Parker Allen. The Bulls win it back to Parker. Parker winds up, assesses, skates it in a little closer, goes to take a shot, but he fanned on it, so he passes back to Gus. behind the net. Gus goes to Sasha. Sasha sends it to Fisher. Fisher trying to center this one, but it bounces off the skate of a defender over to Sasha. Sasha battling the guy off, sends it back to Fisher. Fisher settles it down, goes back to Sasha. Sasha to Fisher. Fisher looks, goes to Parker, but it misses Parker's stick, gets to Gus. Gus skates it in, winds up, takes a shot. Oh, wow. Sasha was right there looking for the deflection. It gets over to Keegan. Keegan skates wide. Keegan circles through the slot, takes a shot. Keep a handle on it as the Bandits pressure him right there. Oh, and a bad pass right to the high slot. Thank goodness Gus was there to interrupt that. Gus now has it on the stick, and he's skating with a head full of steam. Gus right through the center gets stood up by a defender. Keegan tries to send it over to Sasha, but there's a battle, and it looks like the Bandits are going to clear this one down ice. Jude gets to it. Jude goes over to Gus, misses Gus's stick, and the Bandits are going to send it into Bulls territory. Jude settles it down, assesses, goes against the boards, but Bandits get there first. They send one at the net, and Graham Stephen with a great save scoops it into his glove and freezes that one. Oh, wait, Remy Uptain is out there, so Remy's back on the ice. It's Remy, Nate, and Will. Remy wins it over to Nate. Nate skating with a head full of steam, but he runs right into the defenders, and they're back on the attack. Poke check from Bay up to Remy. It's Remy and Will. Remy goes wide, sends one at the net. Goalie kicks that one aside. Remy and Nate squaring up behind the net. Nate gets cross-checked, but stays on his feet. They send it back to Bay. Bay assesses, winds up and fires, but it hits the shin pads of one of the defenders. Jude gets there. Jude to Bay. Bay goes up to Will. Will skates it in with Remy. Will looking for Remy on that far side, but couldn't get to it. Remy backhands it around behind the net. The Bandits get there first. Nate wrangles it in, skates towards the blue line, keeps it in, sends it to Remy. Remy from the point. Oh, hits a kid right in the chest. Gets his own rebound, skates wide. Remy's going to send this one in deep. Will gets behind the net. Bandits are going to exit the zone, but not before Bay disrupts that one. Still on the rush here, so Bulls have to get back. Jude gets there. Jude goes behind the net. Comes off the end of his stick. He's going to send it up looking for Will, but misses all the way, and we're going to have an icing. Jack attack line is back out. We got Colton and Cole Major back on defense. Jack to Ethan. Ethan on the rush now. It's just Ethan and the goalie. And Ethan puts that one home. Ethan bucks the first one of the game. Great job by that line. They do so well passing to each other and setting them up. And those are River Kings kids screaming like that. Jack's line back out. They win it over to Ethan Buck again. Ethan makes a couple miss, skates through a defender. Ethan goes back to Pennington. Colton winds up, fires. It goes off the skate of a defender, bounces up in the low slot. Bulls are right there to harass. Cole Major can't wrangle that one in. It squirts out into the neutral zone. Lucas fires that one downrange, and that's going to be an icing. Bounced off the defender's chest pad back into the Bulls zone, and there was a Bandit there causing that offsides. Line change for the Bulls. Keegan, Sasha, and Gus back out there. Keegan wins it forward, gets it over to Sasha. Sasha on the attack now. Sasha drops it for Keegan. Keegan winds up and fires, but it's wide left of the net. Gets back to Keegan. Keegan makes a couple miss, skating in, backhands one at the net, and it's still loose. Bulls trying to shove this one home, but it squirts out. Bulls send it back to Fisher. Fisher goes over to Big Ben. Big Ben winds up with a howitzer. It goes over the net. Sasha settling it in the corner. Sasha skates behind the net. Sends it over to Big Ben at the blue line. Big Ben winds up and shoots another bullet way over the net. Gus gets there. Gus tried to drop it for Fisher, but I think there was a bit of a miscommunication there. Gus goes over to Big Ben. All the Bulls tag up. Bulls behind the net. Keegan has it in the near corner, trying to skate around a couple of defenders, but can't seem to make it. Sasha shoots. Sasha scores! And Sasha, I will get your nameplate fixed, I promise. I just hadn't had time. That one's on me, buddy. All right, line change for the Bulls. Remy out with Nate and Will. Bay and Parker back on defense. Remy bodies a man off the puck, gets it over to Nate. Nate on the attack. He skates through the center, and we're going to have an offsides. Yeah, I think Will was half a step ahead of him there and just barely made it offsides. Remy wins the faceoff over to Nate, but a Bandit puts a stick on it. Remy disrupting the rush now. Gets back to our defense. Parker's going to settle it down, looking for Nate on the far side boards. He sends it behind Nate, so Nate's going to pursue. Remy with the poke check there, slowing him down, gives Will an opportunity to skate through. Bandits chip it into Bulls territory. Parker's going to retreat behind our net. Parker making a couple of them miss. Parker trying to skate through traffic, but too much opposition there. Parker picks it back up, uses the boards. He's going to clear this one out for Nate. Nate now has it on his stick. Right through the legs of a defender, over to Will. It's in the zone, barely. Will settling it down. Jack checked in, and Jack has it. He tries to backhand pass to Will in the slot. Nothing doing. Jack to Jude. Jude chips it behind the net with a backhand. Remy's back there. Remy sends it over to Jack. Jack hits Cole Major at the blue line. Cole Major winds up with a slapper and misses wide right. Will back to Jude. Jude kicks it to his stick, sends a backhand over to Cole Major. Cole Major's going to wind up again and throw it at the net. Jack was right there to dig it out and tried to jam that one home, but goalie did a great job covering that one up. 5:08 left in the first. Bulls up 2-0. Out for the Bulls, the Jack attack line. Jack wins the faceoff, but sends it over towards the Bandits. Caleb's going to get there and stop it at the far side boards. He goes across looking for Ethan. Ethan can't quite get there, and they're going to bat this one out. Jude gets there, sends it over to Cole Major. Cole Major's going to use the far side boards, gets it up to Caleb at the blue line. Caleb trying to send this one further into the territory, but can't quite do it. Jude's going to help him out, but they do manage to clear this one. Cole Major's going to have to drop back. Bulls regroup. They send this one out. They bat it down, but I think that one's going to be an icing. So we'll face off in Bulls territory. 4:28 remaining in the first. Ooh, a shot on net very quickly. Graham hits his butterfly and deflects that one. Gets over to Colton. Colton trying to clear this one out, but unsure what was just called. They got Colton for a high stick. Yep. So your Bulls will be on a penalty kill for a minute and a half. Oh, it gets over to Sasha. Sasha trying to skate this one out. Gus now has it on his stick. Gus skating up against the near side boards. Not a lot of pressure coming here. He's going to chip it in deep, kill some time. Behind the net is, I believe that's Keegan. Keegan sends it back towards Gus. Gus pins it against the boards, not letting him clear. Gets back to Fisher, jumps over his stick and all the way back into Bulls territory. Fisher gets there. Oh, they called that an icing, but I think it hit Fisher's stick. But it's all right. 59 seconds left on our penalty kill here. Puck is dropped. Bandits win it, but they send it right at Parker Allen. Parker goes across looking for Big Ben. Big Ben winds up and fires a bullet. And Big Ben from the blue line puts one up on the board. That's why we call him Big Ben. Whoever's got the aux cord just played bombs over Baghdad after that bomb went into the net. All right, Bulls have it now back in their own territory. Nate Key skates around one, skates around two, skates around a third, and it's just Nate and the goalie. Nate couldn't connect with that one. Parker sends one at the net. Whole bunch of people falling right there in front of the goal. Remy battling, trying to get this puck back as they're still short-handed. Parker Allen winds up, fires one at the net. Goalie, oh, I think it went through his 5-hole. I think it went through his 5-hole. Parker scored. So another shorty for the Bulls there. We're still on a penalty kill for 15 seconds. Jack and Ethan out on defense. Jack tries to win it over to Ethan, but it's disrupted. Bay gets it now. Bay goes to Ethan. Ethan spins, gets in the zone, settles it down, goes all the way across looking for Cole Major. Cole Major winds up, fires, and that one went in. Lucas Cole Major with the score there. 1 second left on the penalty kill. Jack wins it over to Ethan, but the defense swallows it up as it gets in their zone. Ethan pressuring backwards. They try to clear this one around. Jack gets to it, sends one at the net, but it goes behind as it's deflected by a defender. Trying to clear the zone now. Bandits chip it around Cole Major. Bay's going to have to get back there quickly. She does. Disrupts that play, lets the Bulls catch up now, preventing a breakaway. Ethan Buck puts a stick on it. Bulls are back at full strength now. Jack skating into the zone. Jack gets pinched by the defense, and the Bandits are going to clear it into the corner. Jack picks up the rebound, though, and takes another shot. Goes over to Caleb. Caleb shoots. Goalie's bad out of position. Gets back to Bay Thomas. Bay makes one defender miss, just chips it in deep. Jack now has it on his stick, skates towards the center, sends it across for Caleb. Caleb winds up and shoots. Goalie deflects that one. Great save. Bandits trying desperately to clear this one. Colmajor takes another shot, and I think the goalie batted that one down. This line is causing this goalie to stand on his head to make some saves. Jack pursuing behind the net. Bandits are right there to interrupt that one. Jack looking for Ethan. Ethan right in the low slot. Wow. Defender took that one off the shin pads. Bay has it, sends it across for Caleb. Caleb makes one miss, makes two miss, loses it off the end of his stick, but Jack's back there to help him out. Jack tried to center that one, but not much to it. Bandits going to exit the zone this time. They throw it all the way down the ice, and we're going to have an icing. 50 seconds left in this first period. Keegan Brendan for the faceoff. He's got Sasha and Gus with him. They win it back to Jude. Jude settles it down, no pressure, so Jude flips it into the corner, looking for Gus. Gus goes around the back of the net, sends it back around the boards, looking for Jude, but it doesn't have enough to get to him, and the Bandits are going to clear this one. Fisher's dropping back on defense. He gets there first. Fisher skates wide. Throws it to center ice looking for Keegan, but can't quite get to him. They're going to chip this one into Bulls territory. Fisher back again, using the boards, looking for Sasha, but an attacking Bandit gets there first. Now they get it up to Sasha. Sasha hits Keegan in stride. He's got Gus there on his right. Keegan skates in now. Disrupted by the Bandits. Gus was there trying to send it back up to Keegan, but that buzzer is going to be intermission. So we'll take a quick 60-second break, and we'll be right back with y'all. All right, got the buzzer. We're going to have a little bit of a shake-up here. No, we don't. Okay. Saw Sasha coming out there with Remy. I thought we were going to shake the lines up, but it's going to be Remy, Nate, and Will. Remy doing a little dance. I can see that his knee feels a lot better. Bandits win this faceoff, and they send it into Bulls territory, but it's picked up by Parker Allen. Parker sends it up for Nate. Nate goes across for Remy. Wow, what a pass. Remy skates this one right in, sends it back up to Will. Will goes back to Ben Como. Ben goes over to Parker. Parker winds up, fires, sends it over to Nate in the corner. Nate looks for Remy in the high slot. Remy's going to drop this one off for his defense. They go D to D. Ben Como to Will. Will goes back to Parker. Parker settles it down. Digging in the corner here. Nate trying to find some space to work. Goes back to the defense again. They go D to D. Parker back to Ben Como. Ben Como winds up and shoots it at the net, but it's stopped by the defenders in their crowd in the low slot. They're going to exit the zone now, but Will with the back check gets back there, sends it across to Parker Allen. Parker hits Nate. Nate's got space. Nate's dangerous when he's got a little bit of space to operate here. Sends it back to Parker. Parker Looking for Will, but it goes through his legs. Now Will wrangles it. Bandits get there in the corner. Bencomo doesn't have a lot of space to work, so he sends it over to Parker Allen. Parker's sitting, waiting. Nobody's pressuring him, waiting for somebody to come up to him. They finally pressure him, so he sends it behind the net. Will gets there. Will goes backhand. Looking for Parker. Parker skates in. Parker playing deep. Looks like Nate's going to get there first. Gets it over to Will. Will to Remy. Remy to Will. Will circles. He's got a lot of space to work here. Parker settles down. No one's pressuring. I think he's daring somebody to come try to take it from him. Remy gets in there, puts a skate on it behind the net, and I think Will was trying to get to it. Nate's there now. Bandits trying to clear this one out. Will to Bencomo. Bencomo to Nate. And the Bandits chip this one way out, but it's not enough on it for icing, so Big Ben's going to have to drop back. And, and a lot of heavy pressure there from the Bandits. Bencomo has to dump it. No icing. Jack gets there. Jack sends one at the net. But the goalie put a paddle on it. They caught the Bulls kind of in a weird line change. Ethan Buck goes over to Sasha Dedew. Sasha from the top shoots it, and the goalie puts the leather out and grabs that one out of the air. Great save by that goalie. Out for the Bulls, we've got Jack, Ethan, and Colton on offense. Sasha and Colmajor back on defense. They get it to Colton. Colton sends it right back to Colmajor. Colmajor shoots it at the net, but it's wide left. This one's going to, Colmajor put the Jets on and got over to it and saved it from exiting the zone. Jack has it now. Tries to center one for Colton, but Colton never saw it. Sasha comes across to help out, drops it off for Colmajor. Colmajor back to Sasha. Great passing here by the Bulls. Trying to open up a lane to shoot. Colmajor to Sasha. Sasha goes back to Colmajor, but pressure there almost causes a breakaway. Colmajor dumps this one back in deep. Gets over to Sasha. Sasha centers one for Jack. Jack tries to shoot, but a stick of a defender gets that in the way of that one. Ethan Buck goes back to his defense. Lucas gets it to Sasha. Sasha winds up and fires again. Almost tipped in by Jack Hooper. Jack sends it back to Colmajor. Colmajor over to Sasha. Sasha goes back to Lucas. Lucas sends it up for Ethan. Ethan loses his feet. Now Colton has it. Colton hits Sasha. Sasha goes over to Lucas. Ethan can't settle it down. Now Jack has it. Jack shoots one at the net, but it's wide left. Ethan. It's tangled up with a defender. Sends it back to his defense. Shot. Oh, that hits a kid in the skate. I think that one hurt. Sasha now has it. Winds up, shoots. Sticked aside by the goalie. Ethan Buck gets there. Ethan skates behind the net, looking for somebody. Gets it back to Sasha. Sasha goes across to Lucas. Lucas winds up and fires, and a stick of a defender prevented that from getting to the net, but it popped up and went behind. Sasha goes back to Colmajor. He can't quite settle it down, so he's got to backhand it up to Ethan. Ethan makes one miss. Hits Sasha right at the top of the red faceoff circle. They go over to Colmajor again. Jack tries to jam that one home as it bounces into the slot. Disrupted by the goalie. Ethan Buck over to Sasha. Sasha winds up and fires. Colton was right there at the back door trying to one-time that one home, but could not connect. Bandits have it on their stick. They're going to clear the zone now. Back check there by Jack was like, nope, not today. Lucas Colmajor has it. Tries to make a backhand pass to the slot. Nothing doing. Trying to jam this one home, but there's just too many defenders standing in the way. Lucas gets back to his defensive position. Dumps it in deep as the Bulls make a couple of changes. Now Keegan Brennan checks in. Bandits clear this one way down the ice, and I think that one's going to be an icing. No icing. Caleb Doro has it. Caleb winds up and fires all the way across the ice, but winds up hitting Fisher, and I think that's going to cause an offsides. I thought that one was going all the way down in the corner. .638 left in the second period. Win this one. Can't get deep in Bulls territory. Caleb Doro chips this one out looking for Gus. Gus has it on his stick, skating up the near side boards, goes behind the net, chips it over looking for Keegan. Keegan makes one miss. They've got Bay playing offense now. Caleb Doro back on defense. Him and Fisher trying to stop this rush. Whole lot of speed here from the Bandits. Put a lot of pressure on, but Fisher got there first. Sends it over for Bay. Bay goes to Keegan. Keegan getting a whole lot of pressure there. Gets run into the boards and skated off the puck. Bay Thomas has it now. Bay trying to center one, but nobody was home. Keegan hits Bay in the high slot. Bay winds up and fires. And that one's in. Bay gets her first goal of the season. Great pressure there. Bay was in the right spot at the right time, exactly like we teach him to be. Remy Uptain for the faceoff. Remy wins it over to Will. Will runs into a defender, but he gets it back over to Remy. Remy's going to loft this one way up, and goalie snatches that one out of the air. .535 left in the second. Remy wins it over, but it immediately tagged by the defense, and they're going to clear this one up. It gets to Big Ben. Big Ben stops it cold, sends it over to Pennington. Excuse me, that's Jude. Jude goes back to Nate at the point. Nate tried to go to Bencomo, but Big Ben couldn't put a stick on it. Defenders have it. Bulls trying to put a stick on this and set something up. Will Federley goes behind the net, backhands it up to Jude. Jude looking for some options, no pressure, so he just takes his time. Will tried to center one for Nate, but could not connect that one as the defenders are just massing right there in front of the crease. Try to clear this one out, but it goes to Big Ben. He goes right back to Remy. Lost the puck against the near side boards there. Will trying for the wraparound, but stopped by the goalie. Bandits on the rush now. They chip this one up and out, but Big Ben settles it down before it can get in Bulls territory. Nate has it, tries to go across for Will, but can't connect that one. Nate stops it against the far side boards, makes one miss, goes back to Jude. Jude didn't see that coming, and it bounced off his skate. Remy with the back check, doesn't let it get out of the zone. He throws one on net, and the goalie wisely jumps on that and freezes it. Coming out for the offense now, we've got the Jack Attack, Colton Pennington, and Fisher Renicky on offense. Back on defense, we've got Sasha and Parker. Jack wins this one back to his defender. Sasha goes to Cole Major. Lucas winds up and fires it across for Fisher. Fisher shoots and snatched out of the air. That goalie was screened. I don't know how he saw that, but he did. Great job. Really great save. Fisher gets the face-off from Jack. Colton's going to get behind the net, trying to ward off the defenders. Colton making some moves through space, sends it back to Parker. Parker goes wide for Fisher. Fisher tries to center one, but nothing doing. Jack has it, spins, fires, and the goalie snatches that one out of the air. We have a rolling clock now. Keegan Brennan for the face-off. Sends it back to Jude. Jude assesses his options. There's not pressure going, so he takes his time. Lucas fires right to the center, and it's deflected in by Keegan Brennan. Good job, Keegan, being in the low slot there and just bouncing that puck off the end of his stick. Really great job. Keegan wins that faceoff and skates right into the defender. Keegan spins, fires back to his defense. Jude got some space to work, sends a shot. It's blocked by the defenders. Gus has it, tries to drop it off for Jude, but a miscommunication there. Gets the puck out into the neutral zone. Jude's back now. Going to use the boards to get it up to Keegan. And the Bandits wind up putting a stick on it and sailing it back behind the Bulls' net. Colmajor has it. Lucas fends off one. Skating. Hits, I think that's Bay against the far side boards. It's Bay and one defender, two defenders, and shoots one wide right of the net. Jude chips it in. Looks like the Bandits might clear this one, but Keegan gets there first. Toe drags it to himself. Keegan moving through space, and they just pinch on him. And Jude manages to hold the blue line, sends it in for Keegan. Keegan stops, throws the brakes on. Keegan goes across looking for Gus, but it bounces off skates. Colmajor settles it down, shoots a bomb in there. Gets over to Bay Thomas. Bay sends it back to Jude. Jude circles, fends a defender off. Goes to the near side corner for Gus. Gus looking. Sends it back up to Jude. Jude goes across for Colmajor. He kicks it into Gus. Gus winds up and fires. Deflected by the goalie. Lucas skated in deep, so Bay dropped back to cover for him. Now Keegan's got it on his stick. Keegan looking, skating around, tried to feed it to Gus, but it got to a defender instead. Jude sends it over to Lucas. Lucas shoots, but it's deflected. Gus skating around, backhands it up to Jude. Jude goes right back at Gus, and that's going to be your second period, folks. Take a quick 60-second break. Bulls up 7-0. All right, we're back. Shaking up things a little bit. We're going to put Nate at center this time. He's got Remy and Will with him. Ethan Buck and Caleb Doro back on defense. Nate won it back to Keegan, or excuse me, not Keegan, Caleb. Nate skates into the zone, but I think Will was just barely offsides. Puck is dropped. Bandits win this one back to their defense. They chip it up, and Ethan Buck's got to chase this one down. No icing. Ethan gets there, stops behind the net, throws the brakes on, hits Remy against the far side, near side boards. Remy digging for it, gets tangled up with a defender. They chip it back deep in Bulls territory. Ethan almost lost his feet. Like center one. Oh, dangerous territory. Nate Key trying to defend that one. Nate has it now, skating. No pressure, so Nate's just going to keep skating. Nate, couple of cool toe drags there. And sticked aside by a defender now. They're trying to exit the zone again. They're going to use the boards, get it out. Caleb Doro puts a stick on it. Now Caleb's skating in. Caleb advances the puck some more. Bandits are ganged up over there, and they managed to put a stick on it, and that one's coming way down the ice. I think we're going to have an icing. They didn't have coffee made when we got here. I was like, oh no. Definitely going to need more coffee. It was a late night, early morning. Really nice face-off win there. It went Lucas to Big Ben, and Big Ben couldn't keep a handle on it. I thought that was going to be a pretty shot from the blue line. Lucas dumps this one in for the Bulls. Way deep into Bandit territory. Fisher chasing. He checks in on offense. They send it back to Big Ben. Big Ben skates in just a little bit, winds up and fires, but I think that hit somebody's skate. Fisher with some pressure. They skate through traffic now, and number 98 showing some wheels, getting out there wide, and Lucas Colmajor managed to put a stick on it. Fisher drops back too to help him out. Bandits try to center a pass. Colmajor moving through traffic. They collided. They got a kid down. They need to blow the whistle.
It was accidental, but
All right, he's up. He's on his knees at least. I think he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. Oof. Good job, 2-2. All right, he's up. He's up. Okay. Oof.
Last week his wrist got pulled all the way back, and so it was the same hand.
All right, here we go. Face off. Looks like we're going to be right outside the Bull zone here. Sasha at center. He's got Bay and Gus with him. Back on defense, we've got Jude and Keegan. Love you too, Mom. All right. Bulls win the face-off forward. That's Gus Federle skating up against the far side boards all the way to the corner. Gus goes behind the net with the pass over to Bay. Bay digs it out, tries to backhand one to center it. Instead, she goes all the way across for Jude Cody. Jude settles it down, backhands it up, looking for Gus. Gus can't keep a handle on it. And the Bandits send it right back around. Sasha tries to get there. Oh, it goes through Jude's feet. He puts a stick on it, though, and gets it over to Keegan Brennan. Keegan hits Sasha as he enters the zone, and Sasha gets bodied off the puck. Keegan up to Gus. Gus skates in. He drops a pass back for Jude. Jude's got a whole lot of space to work here. Sends a shot on the net, and the goalie dropped and kicked that one aside. Sasha was in the low slot there and put one on net. 8:11 left in the third period. Ethan Buck puts one on net from way, way downtown. Goalie drops on that one. Nate gets it on a stick. Nate backhands it to Ethan. Ethan goes to Pennington. Pennington over to Ethan. They're not getting a whole lot of pressure here. So now Ethan chips it in deep. Will works it against the corner. Gets held up. Will sends it around. Looking for Nate. Nate gets in front of it. Trying to pass this one out and clear the zone. Ethan throws a bomb in and he hits Remy, and Remy goes down. I think he caught it in the stomach. All right, he's up. He's up. I think it hit him in the breadbasket. That's always a rough one, and Ethan's got a pretty hard shot. 7 minutes and rolling. Fisher's out at center for the faceoff. He's got Parker and Big Ben with him. Back on defense, we've got Lucas Colmajor and Caleb Doro, and that's going to be offsides. Caleb holding it at the blue line. Pouring a whole lot of pressure on Caleb Doro here. Now we've got a breakout. Colmajor's got to get back there. Lifts the stick and steals it as the Bandits were on the rush. He hits Parker Allen up in space. Parker skates in, sends it at the net, and the goalie butterflies and jumps on it. Nice play there by Lucas Colmajor, getting back and disrupting that rush. Setting up Parker for the breakout. Puck squirts around back towards Jack, who's playing on defense now. Bandits get it, skate up into the neutral zone. They get past Jack. Sasha puts a stick on it and disrupts the rush. 22 back in the game. Trying to advance this one forward. It gets to Keegan Brennan. Keegan skates wide with it. Backhands one to the center, looking for Sasha. Sasha chops at it, but it gets to the Bandits. They're going to skate wide and try to clear this one, but Keegan stopped him at the blue line, sends it back in deep. Bandits clear the zone finally. Jack comes in though and sends it right back at him. Bandits gonna get this one down ice. Gets to Keegan. Keegan goes to Sasha. Sasha tips it in. And the Bandits trying to work that blue line and get it out. They do finally. Bulls got to tag up. Keegan's going to skate wide with it. Backhands it up for Jude. Jude back to Keegan. Keegan skates around, winds up, fires one, but it's wide of the net. Gus circling. They pin it against the boards, and now the Bandits are going to clear this one out. Keegan's going to have to hurry up and get back there. Keegan gets back there first, chips it out into the neutral zone. Not enough on it for icing. The Bandits defense gets there first. Three minutes left to play. Keegan advances, chips it over to Gus. Gus shoots from his knees, but great save by the Bandits goalie. Bandits throw it out now. This could be an opportunity here. Bulls defense back checking very quickly. Gets tangled up with Keegan and goes down. Jude has it on his stick, makes a couple miss, clears this one out, looking for Gus way down the ice. Nothing doing there. Keegan comes in, tries to clear it, or excuse me, tries to get it in the offensive zone, and a little bit too much heat on that one, and we're going to have an icing. Two minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the game. Bandits win this one, but defenseman for the one-timer missed, and it gets over to Will Federley. Will skating through traffic. Will beats a couple around the edge, takes a shot, and the goalie uses that blocker to push that one aside. Ethan Buck has it on his stick now. They're just sitting back watching. Nate with the one-timer winds up and misses the net. Nice setup there. Ethan gingerly chips one towards the crease, and Remy was right there trying to clean the loose changeup, but couldn't connect there. Bay now winds up and fires. Will with another shot from beside the net goes wide. This one's going to clear the zone, gets to Ethan. Ethan looking, not a lot of pressure here. Ethan chips it over Nate and gets it to Will. Nate had lost his feet, so he went over Nate and got it to Will. Will tries to tuck it in on the near side, but can't quite get it to connect. Bulls win it over to Bencomo. He puts a stick on it and sends it right back at the Bandits. Bandits trying to clear now. Number 11 put the wood on Lucas Colmajor there. They get it over to Colton on the far side boards. Colton skates in, but picked by a Bandits player. Gets to Big Ben, over to Colmajor. Colmajor winds up and fires, but the goalie kicks that one aside. And we're going to have a high stick on somebody. That's on a Bandits player. So your Bulls will be in a power play. I guess really for the last 30 seconds of the game here. Sasha wins it, sends it over to Caleb. Caleb fires, and the goalie snatches that one out of the air. Gus was there trying to jam it home, but couldn't connect on that one. Goes back to Caleb Doro. Caleb winds up and fires. Stopped by a couple of defenders, and that's going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Bulls put another one up for this weekend. Great job all around by the whole team. Boys get to celebrate for a little bit. We'll be back. And Bay, that's right. She's one of the boys. Anyway, we'll be back at about 11 Central for our last game of the weekend. Hope you guys can join us and watch. In the meantime, go Bulls.